Everybody say whatever they want, and they think they can't be touched. What did I do to you? Did I sleep with your man and I don't know it? What's the issue with you? Why you putting out such mean words? You spend hours of your life studying me. There's some love there. You gotta really care about me to a certain sense. I'm honored, but it's because you're not brave enough to say it to my face.
Y'all, Tiffany Haddish is not letting this one go. She just made it clear she will never forgive Jennifer Hudson. And honestly, I get it. Because when you hear how all of this went down, you might just be on Tiffany's side too. This whole situation between Common, Jennifer, and Tiffany has been messy for a while now, but things just hit a whole new level. Tiffany is still holding on to some serious feelings about how her relationship ended, and Jennifer might be the reason why.
I don't have a man. I don't have nobody else's mind to sort but my own, so.
Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Wait, wasn't Common and Tiffany's breakup old news? Yeah, but see, the way everything played out after that breakup, it's making a lot of people question if Jennifer was in the picture before Common, and Tiffany even called it quits. And when I tell you Tiffany has not been shy about throwing shade, I mean it. She's been dropping little comments here and there, and her recent statements make it clear she's not over what happened, and she sure isn't about to forgive Jennifer anytime soon.
The people that I was missing, I probably shouldn't have been missing, right? Like the ones that inflicted a lot of physical pain on me, the ones that inflicted emotional pain on me.
So, Tiffany and Common got together in 2020, and at first, things were looking real good. They were doing interviews, smiling at events, and y'all, Tiffany was happy. She even admitted that this was one of the best relationships she'd ever been in. And when a woman says that, she's serious. It wasn't just a casual fling either. At one point, they were talking about marriage. Tiffany made it clear that she was open to the idea, and Common? Well, he seemed like he was on the same page, until he wasn't. Then, 2021 rolls around, and suddenly, they're done. According to Common, it was because of their busy schedules. Now, let me ask y'all, how many times have we heard that excuse in Hollywood? Like, seriously, if we had $1 for every time a celeb blamed their breakup on schedules, and we'd all be rich. And Tiffany? She wasn't buying it either. She basically called him out and said, "Look, if you don't want to commit, just say that." She was direct about it too, no sugarcoating. She even admitted that the breakup hurt because she really thought they had something between them. But here's where things start getting really interesting. Now, Common and Jennifer Hudson go way back. They've been cool for years, worked together before, and there was never any public talk about them being more than friends. But suddenly, right after Tiffany is out of the picture, these two start getting real cozy.
Are you dating anyone?
Yes, and I'm in a relationship that is one of the most beautiful people I ever met in life.
At first, it's little things. They're spotted together at events, working on a project. Nothing too wild. But then the rumors start picking up. Fans start noticing that Common is always around Jennifer, and the timing? Yeah, it's a little too suspicious. And here's where Jennifer makes things even more messy, when she starts ignoring questions about him. When reporters asked her point blank if they were dating, she didn't say yes or no. Instead, she hit us with, "People create their own stories." Now, I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like a whole lot of something for somebody who's allegedly just friends. Because let's be real, if it wasn't true, wouldn't she just say, "No, we're not dating"? The way she answered made it seem like she was hiding something, and honestly, that just made people even more suspicious. Then, as if on cue, we start seeing them together even more. Common is showing up for Jennifer's events, they're getting spotted at dinners, and then Jennifer is suddenly glowing whenever Common's name comes up. And let's not forget, this isn't just some random guy we're talking about. This is the same man who just told Tiffany Haddish that he was too busy for a relationship. But somehow, he's got all the time in the world for Jennifer Hudson. Yeah, that makes sense. And at this point, Tiffany sees what's going on. And trust me, she's not happy about it.
I was like, where are you? When can I see you? I need to see you. I miss you.
Tiffany has not been open about how she feels. She's made little comments here and there, but this one took me out. A TikTok user commented under one of Tiffany's videos and said, I'm still waiting to see if Common gave you the earrings I gave him for you when he came to Charlotte. But Tiffany wasn't having it. She replied back saying, "Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave those to Jennifer."
Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave those to Jennifer.
Now, that might sound like a small thing, but let's break it down. When someone brings up something as specific as earrings, that's not random. That's not just shade. That's real feelings coming out. And honestly, can you blame her? A lot of people think she's just being bitter, but let's keep it real. If your ex moved on that fast with someone they already had a close bond with, wouldn't you be side-eyeing the situation too? Like, how does someone go from too busy to suddenly being in a whole new relationship just a few months later? And it's not just that Common moved on, it's who he moved on with. Jennifer Hudson wasn't some random person he met after the breakup. She was someone already in his circle, someone he already had chemistry with. So for Tiffany, this wasn't just about moving on. It probably felt like he had someone lined up before they were even done. And here's where it gets messy. Tiffany has hinted that she felt blindsided by the breakup. She really thought they were working towards something serious. She was talking about marriage, and then out of nowhere, "Oh, sorry, I'm too busy." But suddenly, he's not too busy for Jennifer? Yeah, that doesn't sit right. And Tiffany is the type to say how she feels. So, if she's making little digs like the earring comment, that's her way of telling us, "I see what's going on."
He's very disrespectful to me, very kind of messed up to me. But in my mind, we could get married. We had the most beautiful babies. He handsome, I'm pretty. Like, it would be so cool. He's smart and intellectual. I'm kind of smart, I think. Like, it would be fun. We have the best conversations. Like, we have fun, but then he would treat me like crap.
Now here's where things get real. Because it's not just about Common, it's about Jennifer too. From what we're hearing, Tiffany really believes that Jennifer was in the picture before Common officially ended things with her. And if that's true, that would explain everything. Because think about it. Imagine thinking you're just breaking up because of busy schedules, and then all of a sudden, your ex is fully invested in someone else. Someone they already had a close friendship with. Someone they had plenty of time for. That's not just about losing a relationship, that's about getting played. And if Tiffany believes Jennifer was already involved in some way, that would explain why she still has a chip on her shoulder about it. Because let's be real, breakups hurt. But when there's another person involved in the mess, that stings in a whole different way. It's one thing to lose someone because the relationship just didn't work out. It's a whole other thing to feel like they were already halfway out the door before you even knew what was happening. And let's not forget, Hollywood is small. People talk. So if Tiffany's out here making these little comments, that tells me she's either heard something or seen something that made her believe Jennifer wasn't just an innocent bystander in all of this. And honestly, that's why she's not letting it go.
I'm very forgiving and all that, but like, don't abuse it. It's been abused enough. And I don't want to have to like attack you. I don't want to have to like be vicious with you.
Now, while Tiffany has been throwing shade here and there, Jennifer Hudson, yeah, she's not really engaging with it. She's been keeping it real quiet when it comes to Tiffany's comments. And honestly, that silence kinda says something. The only time Jennifer even hinted at addressing it was when she made a little comment about people not moving on. And we all know who that was aimed at. And let's be real, a lot of people agree with her. Some fans are saying, "Tiffany girl, it's been years. Let it go." They feel like at some point, you just have to move on and stop bringing up your ex. But here's where things get tricky. It's not just about Common and Jennifer dating, it's how it happened. Because Tiffany isn't just mad that Common moved on, she feels like she was played. And that's a different kind of hurt. And let's not forget, Common has a pattern when it comes to relationships. Just look at his track record. Because if we're really going to talk about why Tiffany is still upset, we need to ask, is this just how Common operates?
When the love is there, you know, like you really in the relationship, you don't care what nobody's saying. Right. But when things is a little shaky, like that negative energy and negative talk kind of affects the relationship.
Y'all, Common has had some serious relationships in the past. And guess what? They all ended in almost the exact same way. Serena Williams? They were together for about 2 years, and he basically ghosted on the idea of a long-term commitment. Erykah Badu? Same thing. He admitted later that he was so in love, but just wasn't ready to settle down. Angela Rye, another strong, independent woman who was serious about her future, but he again claimed that the timing was off. And then, of course, we got Tiffany Haddish. She was all in, y'all. She was talking about love forever. But Common? Suddenly, he's saying the relationship had run its course because of their busy schedules. Now, tell me, how many times have we heard that excuse in Hollywood? Because I can't even count anymore. And here's what really gets me. Tiffany didn't just take that answer and walk away. She called it what it was, an excuse. She straight up said, if you don't want to commit, just say that. And looking at Common's history, she might not be wrong. Because if every single breakup is always about timing and schedules, then maybe the real problem isn't timing. It's him. And that brings us to Jennifer Hudson. Because if Common really is the problem, then the question becomes, is Jennifer next?
Are you happy in your relationship?
Yes, this relationship is a happy place for me. It's like...
I love that you used the word happy place.
No, but seriously, it's like, for me, it's one of those things where I found where seeing her happy actually makes me really happy.
Now here's where it gets really interesting, because there are rumors that Hollywood insiders might have already known what was going down behind the scenes. Some folks close to Tiffany allegedly knew that Jennifer and Common were getting cozy before he even ended things. And if that's true, then that means Tiffany wasn't just heartbroken. She might have actually been played. And when you think about it, this could explain why Tiffany is still upset. Because it's not just about a breakup anymore, it's about feeling betrayed. But here's the thing. Jennifer Hudson is beloved in the industry. She's got powerful connections. She's respected. She knows how to maneuver in Hollywood without making enemies. So when Tiffany started throwing shade and making those slick comments, a lot of industry folks just stayed quiet. And that's weird, right? Because in other messy celebrity breakups, we usually see people taking sides. Anyway, it makes you wonder, are people in Hollywood just choosing to ignore this whole thing? And if so, why? Well, this situation has everybody divided. On one side, you've got people saying Tiffany needs to move on already. They feel like she's been talking about this for way too long, and that at this point, she's just making herself look bitter. But then, there's the other side. The people who completely understand why she's still upset. Because if Jennifer was already in the picture before the breakup, then yeah, that's bad. And Tiffany has every right to be mad. And then there's a whole third group of people who are like, wait a minute, why are we blaming the women? Because when you really look at it, Common is the one who keeps jumping from relationship to relationship. He was with Serena Williams, Erykah Badu, and Taraji P. Henson. See the pattern? A lot of folks are starting to think he's the problem, because every time the relationship starts getting serious, he's out. And guess what? He's never the bad guy. It's always some false excuse like busy schedules, or things just didn't work out. So while people are out here debating whether Tiffany is bitter or Jennifer was shady, maybe the real question should be, why does Common always end up in this situation?
I don't want to be here on this planet no more. This sucks. Like, it feels like everybody's taking their pain out on me.
Now, here's where things take a wild turn. Because there's been talk that Hollywood is starting to distance itself from Tiffany. Some folks are saying she's getting blacklisted, but is there actual truth to that? Or is this just another rumor getting blown out of proportion? First, let's talk about where Tiffany started and how she got here. Tiffany's rise in Hollywood was fast and loud. She exploded into the mainstream with Girls Trip in 2017, and after that, it felt like she was everywhere. She was starring in movies, hosting shows, winning awards, and even became the first Black female comedian to host Saturday Night Live. For a while, Hollywood loved her. But the thing about Hollywood? They love you until they don't. Over the last couple of years, people started noticing a shift in how Tiffany was being treated in the industry. She wasn't booking as many big movie roles. Some of her projects seemed to be falling through, and most of her famous friends weren't showing up for her like they used to. Now, what exactly caused this shift? One major thing people point to is the lawsuit she was hit with in 2022. There were serious allegations made against her and Aries Spears regarding a past comedy skit. Even though the lawsuit was later dismissed, the damage was already done. Some people in the industry just didn't want to be associated with her after that. And let's be real, Hollywood has dropped people for way less. Meanwhile, some folks believe Tiffany's own personality might be working against her in Hollywood. She's bold, she speaks her mind, she's called out people in the industry multiple times. And Hollywood? They don't love that. They like people who play the game. Think about it. When Tiffany broke up with Common, she didn't just walk away quietly. She made comments. She threw shade. She let people know she wasn't happy. And in an industry where celebrities are expected to move on gracefully, that can rub people the wrong way. This is where things get really messy, because some sources claim that Hollywood insiders are now actively avoiding working with Tiffany. She hasn't been getting the same level of movie offers. Some industry events aren't inviting her like they used to. And people who were once close to her seem to be keeping their distance. So is she really blacklisted? Or could this all be part of a bigger smear campaign against Tiffany? She's a black woman in comedy, and we've seen how Hollywood treats outspoken black women once they're no longer the it girl. We've seen this play out with Monique, Cat Williams, and even Dave Chappelle when he first walked away from Chappelle's show. So is Tiffany just the latest victim of Hollywood deciding she's too much? We're breaking all of that down next, so don't miss it. But do y'all think Tiffany has a right to be mad? Or is she just holding on to something that's long over? Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to this channel for more videos.